Well, folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast, and it's Father's Day weekend, and I've got to say that unfortunately the weather just is not going to cooperate. They're calling for 10 to 20 mile an hour on Saturday and 15 to 25 on Sunday. We canceled our trip today. I could barely even stand out here. We canceled our trip today that we were going out with Sunray Marine to go out in their 39-foot Stamus, and we just all said it's just not worth it to catch a couple of fish and you know, break our backs, and it's just not safe. I mean, we've already heard reports of Boston whaler taking on water just outside Blinds Pass. So we know somebody personally that went out there, and I think they have a 27-foot like hybrid bay boat. It's not smart, folks. I hope they make it back okay. But there's no fish, as I told my wife last night. I said there is no fish worth going out there and risking it, especially when you have 60 days to go out and catch these red snapper. I'm not a huge fan of red snapper in the first place, but it's just not worth risking your life to go out and catch a fish. And when you go out in those conditions, you're risking your life, because anything can turn. The tables can turn that quick. So I would highly suggest, if you're going to fish, I would stay inside the bay, but even the bay is going to be absolutely nasty. So it might just be a good weekend to spend with your kids, spend with your dad. That's what we're going to do. We're going over to my parents' house on Sunday. So it's just for the next week, it looks like it's going to blow pretty good. You know, I would imagine that the bite's going to be pretty good, simply because there's a frontal system that's coming in and causing all this wind. We've got high chances of rain on Saturday and Sunday, 70% tomorrow, 60% on Sunday. Some severe storms. Again, that's another reason why. But it is extremely windy out here. So let's go ahead and get into the tides and salooners. We've talked about the weather. It's going to be absolutely nasty. So if you're going to fish, I would fish inside the bay, and I would fish probably on the north side of the bay where you're out of the wind. So let's go ahead and get into the tides and salooners for this weekend. On Saturday, we have a high tide at 12:28 p.m. at a 2.6 foot. Then we have a low tide at a negative 0.3 at 8:32 p.m. Then on Sunday, we have a high tide at 1:01 p.m. to 2.7 foot. Then we have a low tide at 9:12 p.m. at a negative 0.3 foot. On Saturday, we have a major feeding time from 12:07 p.m. to 2:07 p.m. And we have a minor feeding time from 5:21 a.m. to 6:21 a.m. On Sunday, we have a minor feeding time from 6:11 a.m. to 7:11 a.m. And we have a major feeding time from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Well, folks, that concludes the tides and salooners for this weekend. And as I've discussed, I would highly recommend probably not going out, and don't risk your life for a stupid fish. It's not worth it. So anyway, I just want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I'm personally not a father. I'm a stepfather, so that doesn't really count. And so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Again, thank you so much for all of the support. We really appreciate it. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.